Hi everybody and welcome. Well, audio sounds good, so welcome Tim. Woohoo, woo indeed. I mean, absolutely outstanding. We were just talking about this yesterday in the live stream. Hey Hannah, welcome Hannah Marie. Epic time. We just soared over 0.0004, so pretty outstanding. And you can see the chart there. I'm going to full max that out. Look at also the pooled Axion is down to 7.8 billion. That makes a lot less. We're going to talk about some of the dynamics coming out with the VCA. I think it's pretty epic. Let's just go quickly through some of the stats. Welcome to everybody. Let yourself be known to say hi in the chat, and I'll get to that in a second. So total liquidity 6.5 million US dollars. Look at that daily volume, almost 2.4 million US dollars daily volume. I mean, that's absolutely epic. And our pooled ETH almost up there at 2,950, and our pooled Axion down to 7.8 billion. Let's watch that thing go down, down, down. Pretty awesome. And stake it to make it. Total transactions 29,196. Let's hopefully we get to that 30,000. So pretty epic. I'm going to full scale that chart there just for a while, and we'll get into that. Now, before I get into the chart, let's quickly check the chat and see how things going. So let's quickly look at this. So Ziad Abdul Salih, hello, yo yo yo. Andreas, super chat, awesome. 100 SEK, much appreciated. Appreciate what you do for the community, mate. Appreciate that. That's huge support. Press out. Hey, we've got 15 or so people watching. I'm sure we'll get a lot more people over time. Axion is moving into its takeoff phase, early days, and we're going to look at some of the stats and also some of the dynamics and discuss how the new setup for the punkonomics or Axion tokenomics is going to work. So let your opinions be said in the chat. I always look forward to it. Respond to every single comment. If you've got any insights, really appreciate that too. Jim, welcome. Yeah, just the beginning. Hex out Ed, pump looking good today. Thanks, Axion Token, for staying so consistent. I listen to your streams every day. Hey, much appreciated. Likewise, ditto on that one. Stephen Conlon, patience pays off, just the beginning. Certainly, indeed. And Food TV, if I stake for 10 days, do I still get the wrap Bitcoin? Hey, Food TV, if you've got shares and your address is registered, in other words, if you do a new stake, it will be auto-registered, then you will participate in the wrap Bitcoin dividends. But it's only in proportion to the shares that you have. That's why people are staking for 15.2 years, and we're going to check that out too. So that's why they max their shares out. You get about 3.7 times more shares, but obviously the share rate continues to slowly climb each day as more people stake. So take that into account. But yes, if you've got shares and your address is registered, then you will be getting your proportion of total shares worth of wrap Bitcoin, as well as, of course, Axion as well. So we're going to look into a lot of that now. But look at that, folks. So we talked about yesterday in the live stream. For those watching, we had talked about 0.0035 was the resistance. That's that orange line, that horizontal orange line was the resistance. You can see that we're trading zigzag. So this is the pattern that we had for just full scale that we had the pattern where we launched a new token on 7th December, and we just slowly went down. People got upset around here around the late December, Christmas time, obviously, New Year's, sorry, and off they went. And then suddenly, boom, we really rocketed up on the 4th of January, came back down again to the 22nd of January, back up, zigzagging around up to 0.0003, bounced off that again on the 25th of January, back down again, 9th of February to the bottom, and then back up again. Not quite to 0.0035, but 0.0033 on the 16th of February. Then back down to the 23rd of February, back down to 0.0017. So people bought down at the bottom here. Congratulations to that, really good move, and you had good faith. And then, wow, here we are. We get up to the 6th of March. We're 6 days away from the expected launch, I should say, of the venture capital auctions. Without any major audit issues, and I don't expect any, to be honest. And obviously the auditors and the team talk together about any minor issues they may have to fix up, and so I'm pretty optimistic indeed. And so there we are. We just broke out today. We had to break that 0.0035 mark. Boom, we did. Then we went up. Our next target was the purple. That was 0.0004, and we've broken that too. And here we are up at 0.00412, looking nice. And let's go out of the full chart just for a second. I'll get back to some of the comments there in the chat. And we have a market cap at the moment 37.5 million on DEX tools. So that's still so small. We've got a lot of room to move, folks. And I'm going to talk about some of the punkonomics or tokenomics and how that's going to supercharge us from here. So pretty cool. Let's quickly go to the chat and see we've got some more updates there. Hannah Marie, welcome Hannah. So happy to share the crazy ride with an exceptional bunch of humans. Indeed. Food TV is at 4 p.m. for the stake start or 12 a.m. I'm not sure what time that is for TV. Depends where you are. You're talking about UTC time, I gather. Someone may be able to help you in the chat with that one. So let's quickly get to where we're going. We're going to go to we're going to talk about the Axion chat here. We're going to go to the share. I want to go to the top one here. We're on Axion Today dashboard. We're going to go to where are we going here? Not that one. I want to go to overview. I want to go to shares. So here we are. We've got 398.45 billion shares. So this is a key number. Obviously, the more shares that you have versus this total amount of shares means that you'll get more of the reward pool. That means more Axion from the inflation, 8% inflation, plus the auction market buybacks from the 5 standard auctions, which are going to be 100 million from tonight onwards. And then there's going to be two venture capital auctions, which are going to be 1 billion each. And obviously there's going to be a bit of penalties roll into the Friday one, is my understanding. So you're looking at approximately 2.5 billion Axion plus penalty roll-ins per week. And here's the kicker. Here's the kicker is that 80% of those of the Axion at 2.5 billion per week, 2 billion. This is just to start off. They're going to adjust it as the market needs to be adjusted. 2 billion, that's 80% of all the Axion per week in the auctions, is not going to be given out in Axion. It's going to be wrapped Bitcoin. So there's the first kicker, wrapped Bitcoin, and people are going to love that, want that, and it's going to be fantastic. It also has a massive upside. If you believe that Bitcoin's going to go to $1 million over a couple of years, then you've just hold it and you're going to get even a big payday on that. But let's assume that we just ignore that aspect of it. Everyone's going to get wrapped Bitcoin. But here's the other kicker, is that the Axion that they get out of the auction is going to be staked for a minimum stake for even longer. Now, my understanding it's going to be 6 months. So 6 months, can you believe it? Standard auctions for the 100 million, 2 months. The venture auction, capital auctions, my understanding is 6 months, which means that it's going to be taken off the market, right? Obviously, there'll be some referral stuff in there, but what you're going to find is that people, if they want to get Axion, now they're going to have to go to Uniswap. They're going to have to go to Uniswap. So that's going to put further buy pressure onto Uniswap. It's pretty epic tokenomics, looking really good, folks, and bodes well for the future. So I hope you enjoy that one. That was some really key stuff. Let me know what you think about the tokenomics at the moment, and obviously we've just reached this awesome new price thing. Now I want to look, we've got 398.45 billion shares. The share rate is at 1.1123. It's going up slightly each day. Here's the max share club. We're at 62.7 billion Axion in the max share club, 4,134 stakes. So there's people that stake 2.5 million or more for 15.2 years, which is how long that 5,555 days is. It's at $26 million at the moment, given the current price, right? And here, so the key thing is that this 62.7, let's get a calculator out. So we're going to get 62, and it's going to be very rough, 62.7 billion divided by the total number of shares, which is, it says 398.5, so we'll just round it up, easy to make easy. That's 15.7%, or just under 16% is fixed. So pretty cool. Now, if you take that, you just really want to have, if you've got, say, 100 Axion, you want to make sure at least 16% is staked. Now, I know Punky uses a number of 23%, so I'm not sure what adjustment he's done for that. So if you had somewhere between that, you'd be doing very well of keeping up with the ratio. And so pretty epic, folks. I think it's pretty huge. And we're looking at getting the 62.7 billion up to 100 billion. So I'm expecting a lot of stakes in the next week before. So we've still got 6 days, folks, before we've got the venture capital auction locked. That's a long time in crypto land. That's a long time indeed. Anyway, so let's just jump back to um, the price chart, and I'll just full screen that. Actually, I'll just leave that down. We'll just have a look at some of the transactions that are coming in. We've just got these ones here. You get a few of these sellers here come in, 31 million. This would qualify to be in the top 250 liquid wallets to be at that 30 million mark. So I went through the wallets yesterday, and I saw that we had about 85 wallets that had liquid Axion of 100 million. So that doesn't mean that they don't have a lot of stakes. Many of them will do, but we had about 85. So it'll be interesting over the next 6 to 7 days how many of those stake for the venture capital auctions. I'm expecting quite a bit of it to stake for the venture capital auctions. So we'll actually see how much that is. But let's say, for argument's sake, 30%. So it'll be interesting to see where we get that much or more. So we'll find out. And the other thing was between 75 million and 100 million, we had about 13 wallets from memory. So that gives you a bit of a number of how many there are in that space. So it's interesting to watch their behavior, because at the moment we're still in that strong behavior, market participant behavior, and we'll see where that leads. But at the moment, we're getting a re-rating of Axion, and this 0.0035, I expect that to become support, but the support line could be even higher, could be 0.0004. So we'll find out in the next day or two where we live that. But 6 days to go, folks. That's a long time, and we're still already at this price at 0.0004. Now there was a swing trader. We'll look at this one. I'm just going to full screen this, and we're going to have a quick look at this candle. See this candle here? We had a wick. I'll just get out the examiner, and we'll see it. Look at this wick. And let me just pull that up. So we had this wick here. I can't remember when exactly they came in, but it was near the bottom. It was about 0.0022 from memory, or 0.0024, somewhere in that mark. So that candle was 78% that day, and that was a swing trader. They already had 400 million staked till the 22nd of March, and then they came in and they bought not quite 300 million, but about that, and then they already had a little bit of liquid in there already. So let's say they got 300 million. So they're a swing trader, so they're out and about there. So we'll see what they decide to do. Whether they decide to hold past the launch day, or they're going to go before the launch day. So it'll be interesting. There are a few players around like that, so we'll just take that into account, and we'll see what happens. They may decide to just stake for the wrap Bitcoin, so we just don't know where they're at. But if they are just going to stay as a swing trader, then we do have a few accounts like that running around the place, but not many at that size. So interesting stuff there. I thought that was something worthy to mention. But at the moment, the market is just beginning, in my view. 6 days out. This is the preamble. We're in the takeoff phase, and like I said, the market cap at the moment is still modest, very modest indeed. At what we got here, 37.5 million. So pretty cool. Let's just go to the chat and check out any of the comments there. Stephen, let me have a look here. Food TV, what time UTC time for the new stake start? I'm in LA. Stephen Collin. Maybe try Food TV. Maybe try the Discord moderators for that. Be help you out. Stephen Collin. We will have a new bottom above 0.0036 at the weekly closing candle. Nice, good observation, Stephen. So that supports what I said, but actually gives some nice technical TA for that. Food TV. How long will the wrap BTC staking last? It's going to be for a long time, Food TV. So they're going to also have probably a few months down the line, but this team keeps delivering early, because even the VCA is early. I think it has caught a few people off guard that the VCA was finished early. People were probably expecting it in early April. So it has taken a lot of people off guard. So it will keep going, and in a few months anticipate them having altcoins as well. So quite a few altcoins. So if you watch Food TV, there's Punkonomics has a YouTube channel. He's the strategy and marketing director, and he's done a deflationary episode on deflation. So they've got at least 3 main techniques, and they've probably got a few others that they'll be able to develop over time to reduce the inflation. And also they're going to look at also bundling shares off. So people that have shares in the future will be able to probably bundle those off and trade those away. So it doesn't affect the market price per se, it just transfers the ownership of those shares. And obviously, you know that with the share rate being low, we started at 1.09 with the reset, and now it's to be dynamic again. And so that's basically the more shares that you have now. It's just like in Hex or Wise token, you're going to have more shares compared to new people that get shares. So those shares will be increasingly valuable over time. And obviously, the more shares you have, the more of the reward pool. That's how simple it is. The more shares you have, the more of the reward pool you get. That means more Axion, more Wrap Bitcoin, and probably a bit later down this year, altcoins. So top altcoins, I imagine, and obviously new communities coming in with that, so it's pretty huge. Now let's talk about the other thing that's coming up on the 6th of March. It's really massive, and this is what we've been waiting for, and that is people, we've got massive marketing coming up. Now I don't know of any big project that has consistent monthly marketing. They might have a launch marketing to launch their DeFi or whatever they're going to be doing, but the Axion's going to have regular marketing each month. Not only that, they can feed that marketing from the auction proceeds, which they get 5%, and they can also get a lot of deals done given the size that they are. So that opens up doors. The fact that Axion's going to be of a significant investment opportunity. So you're looking at as a certificate of deposit and at really evolving into a kind of a mutual fund where you get multiple dividends, not just multiple, but the very best like Wrap Bitcoin. So it's pretty exciting. I'm also looking forward to the altcoins. I think that's going to be huge down the road, and it's going to be twofold: bringing in new communities, and two, more demand, buy pressure. Oh, it's actually 3 actually, because then you've got more people opening up wallets and having wallets on the Axion, Etherscan. So it's pretty exciting. You've got to feel pretty good at this stage. Obviously, there's going to be ups and downs in the price. Let's not deceive ourselves. Markets go up and down, so we'll take that into account. But at the moment, we're just in that takeoff phase. You can see the market cap's very low, and the price is just starting to re-rate as it should. And we've got 6 days away. The other thing is too is that they, on top of the marketing that's starting, there is the board of directors, and that's that's going to offer some net benefits. So when I say net benefits, it means that you always have a few people on those things that decide to do their own thing. But on a net, it's going to be a net benefit because you'll probably get way more people. And so far, from what I've seen, that's going to be the case, that actually achieve the vision of the board of directors to actually support Axion growth over time. So that means reinvesting some of their Wrap Bitcoin, because obviously they're big whales and stuff, people like that in there. So they'll get a lot. They'll have a large share of the share pool, which means they'll get a large share of the dividends. That's Axion and Bitcoin, and that means that they're going to look at dedicating and putting in reinvesting Wrap Bitcoin to keep their percentages up, but also it will help support the price as well. Not only that, but they're also the marketing is moving out widely to the business network. So we already talked about yesterday, we've got the international business services deal. So that's got a lot of, imagine a corporation with a lot of sub networks, and it's sort of going to push that like that. And they're also going to have programmable marketing, which means they're going to be targeting sub networks in the news media, which reaches new audiences. So they're not just doing crypto, which is going to be huge. You're going to see ads around YouTube and Google and stuff like that. And Dex Tools is going to have a banner ad as well. So what we're looking at the moment is Dex Tools, so it's going to ban that instead of having that orange, it's going to have a banner ad for Axion venture capital auctions, and those auctions are going to be huge. People are going to go, Axion's the place they go for auctions, get Wrap Bitcoin. I can imagine it. People are after Bitcoin, so it's going to be mad. And we're also the other thing is that's going to be targeting is Bitcoin maximalists. So Bitcoin maximalists, obviously they just love their like Tony Vays and all those sort of people. They love Bitcoin to death, right? And so they're going to be attracted into it because it's going to offer them a Bitcoin that they can have. So they might have get wrapped Bitcoin. They might then claim that and then switch it to your standard Bitcoin. So people will be doing all sorts of stuff, but that's up to them what they do, buy and sell. But it's going to bring a lot of Bitcoin maximalists. And once the news gets out, there's fun auctions. People love auctions, all that sort of stuff. So it's going to be pretty exciting. I think we're in a pretty good place, folks. Yeah, super excited. So let's just read a couple of the comments in chat. Food TV, since you started your YouTube, I got my staking stuck for 6 months since you started your YouTube. Yeah. So well, we're on day, was it day 113 today in the auction? So we're getting there. Plus we had obviously the previous launches. But we've been running pretty smooth since this relaunch, so it's pretty not just smooth. The team has been pumping out deliverables. I mean, these guys don't muck around. I'm very happy to see a strong dev team and some good leadership. Now we've got the other thing I was going to say we've got dedicated marketing people. How many projects have that? I don't know any. Leave a link and leave a comment in the chat if you know of some. That'd be really fascinated to see. But so Axion's been set up for some global positioning. It's not sitting around to be a little baby crypto. It's talking about being a serious investment alternative to traditional investment in banking. So it's a pretty exciting place to be. Hannah Marie, Food TV, you can still upgrade your stakes to 5555. Yeah, so if you upgrade your existing stakes, you'll automatically get registered for wrap Bitcoin dividends from the venture capital auctions. So and once again, we know the audits that when they do audits, they have minor stuff, they have medium stuff, which is not critical, and then they have sort of major critical stuff. And so critical stuff, people that do, if they have any critical issues, they have to have that finished fixed before the launch. But typically in the days before the launch, they'll be doing back and forths, and typically they work a lot of that stuff out. So far they haven't notified the market of any major issues, so it's looking pretty good to me. So I'm pretty happy about that. SVWP Phase 2, great to see these updates. Thanks. No, pleasure. Can you give a shout out to Haley? Shout out to Haley who bought her first Axion today. Would make her day. Hey, congrats Haley. Welcome aboard. You're on at a good time and a good place, and it's great. Great to have you here. Tell your friends and pick up a little bit of Axion and onwards and upwards. Just stake them and earn the dividends. Be pretty good. Stephen Colon, Axion will pass Hex and even Wise in the future. Yeah, it's the dynamics are looking there. Stephen, I agree. It's looking pretty epic. Wise is they're both very different. So I've always said it's a bit like having a McDonald's, a KFC, and stuff like that. But I think that Axion's in a very good place versus those two at the moment. I think it's offering a lot more upside. I think that's pretty clear to see. And as someone that's well versed in both Hex and Wise, I think that that's a fair comment. I know them intimately. Obviously, I was in Hex I was in Hex probably 2 years before Hex launched, so that's how much I know. And I was also in the Wise first phase, epoch phase, so well versed to those, and definitely Axion is a well positioned for those versus those two. But I think they're both great. There's like a McDonald's and KFC, but I think that we're about to open up a new big giant Burger King or something like that. So it's pretty funny. Food TV, past Wise is at 40. Yeah, well, Wise is they've all got different dynamics, so that's what it says. How does the market price those? But Axion at the moment is looking like the standout for sure. Big time, big time. And a lot of the changes they've made, Axion is so different now. It's just incredible. The vision is huge, and once people start finding out about auctions and the wrap Bitcoin and all that sort of stuff, and then altcoins on top of that, and new communities. I mean, seriously, it's getting crazy. They're marketing everywhere. Axion's name's going to be everywhere. SEOing properly, getting people on there. It's going to be huge. Phase 2, nice work, dude. Thanks for that. No, pleasure. Enrique, welcome. I think it's been a while since seeing you, Enrique. Charts, lots of love for sure. Now I think Axion will reach 25 cents. Don't know about the higher than 25. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. obviously the number one of the big things we need to do is increase the number of in the community and the wallets. We've got a decent sized community, approximately, I'm just using inverted quotes here, but approximately 9,500 active and maybe 15,000 wallets, something like that. And but I think that we're looking at I think with them we're going to have we've got an organized marketing team. We've got marketing deals now with business platforms like International Business Services and others, and Denver Digital as well. And so we've got that professional team that looks like they really know what they're doing, so it's really cool. And two, we've got the big marketing budget. And last time that I saw it was going to be between 50 and 70,000 US dollars. So that's looking really big, folks, for every month too. And like I said, it's going to be self-funded through the auctions to continue that. Obviously, Axion also has their original amount. I think I haven't checked it recently, but it was maybe somewhere in the 35 to 40 billion range. So they've still got plenty of funds well into the future. And obviously, as the price goes higher, the less of those funds they need to use for business development. And they've already shown that they basically spend all of it on business development. So you're looking about the 5 or so devs that they've got, the marketing team and the leadership and stuff like that. And then so it's pretty auditors as well, and then any other costs they have. So it's pretty good. And obviously we've got the trees. Let's not forget the trees that we've been 1% of the Ethereum going into the auctions been going to the trees, which is really great. And planting, I think I can't remember the exact number they had, but it was well, over 1 million that I remember, 1.2 million or something like that. So I should remember that since I do the updates every day, but I just can't remember that one. Food TV, do you have a link to see how many you have to be a shark? So let's check that out while we're here. So remember, I think that's what panel here. So we do have the league distributions. So to shark says that you need to have greater than 0.1% of total shares. So, and there's the total shares. It's up here. So you need greater than 0.01% of that amount there. So that's what that is. If you've got a calculator, you can 0.1% of that. So do that calculation. We have got Krakens at the moment. We've got no Krakens. We've got whales. We got whales have 33.6% of the shares from the looks of it. I'm gathering this as shares. Sharks have 35% of the shares. Dolphins have 21%. This is actually pretty recently distributed, I'm sure you agree. You can see 131, 139 billion, 86 billion. Fishes have 8.9%, and crabs have 1.1%, and then we've got the little shrimps, little baby shrimps at 0.06, 250 million. So that gives you some good distribution there. And if you haven't seen the leagues, these just categorize the number of shares that you have and put you in this sort of camp. You can see the ranking there. So pretty fun, bit of fun really. Yeah, let's just quickly look at the auction. We've got the auction here. Today's auction was supposed to be 100 million. So yesterday was supposed to be the last standard big sort of mega auction for Axion, just Axions, before we move to the 100 million per day 5 times a week. Obviously the other 2 days are the venture capital auctions where we have 1 billion each. And so this ended, it was supposed to be 100 million, but Punky, the marketing manager, said that, oh no, we've just left the 302 million in there. And so it's a bit of a bonus day. And so if you want to pick up more Axion, you can. The auction available, so it's 125 million at the current price is available. And the amount of ETH in there at the moment is 50.51, 98.6 thousand dollars. So we're getting there, not too far away from sellout really. Another 26,000 or so. And we've already, so out of the ETH that goes in, 80% goes into market buybacks, and we've had 205 million Axion. So that's all going back to those as dividends into the reward pool, and whoever's got shares and staked will be getting share that beautiful amount. So share of $85,000 goes to all the shareholders. Pretty exciting. The auction right price at the moment is 4.4 million per ETH, and it's 9.69% cheaper. than Uniswap, and Uniswap rate is at 4 million per ETH, so really good deal on the auction there. Obviously you have to minimum stake it for 60 days, but if you're after shares and staking and getting a wrap Bitcoin and more Axion, then that's a good thing to do. Obviously if you want to get a 10% bonus, you can use the link in the video description, and that would be cool too. That's a 10% bonus, that'd be nice. We've got 6 hours and 21 minutes to go in today's auction. Day auction is day 113, so pretty neat. So pretty cool, and let's just go back to the price chart and check that out, and we'll jump around. Let me have a look to get to see some of these transactions recently. So we had a 40 million buy there just a few minutes ago, 5 million buy, 3 million buy, 1 million buy, and just a couple of sales, 27.5 million sell. So yeah, that's going quite nicely. Just have a look through here. Yes, it's just ticking along there, holding up nicely. Let's just go expand that chart. Let's have a look at some of the comments in the chat. And TV, unless the buyback lasts a long time. Mark Ippolito, that's a cool name. Thank you for your updates. Pleasure, Mark. Food TV, do you have a link to see how many you have to be a shark? Yep, we just went through that one. Stephen Colon, in time with marketing and a strong community. Point 25 would be a thing of the past. Yep, growing the community is a big deal. So that's what I was going to say about the wallets, is that we want to grow those. So let's just jump back. I didn't quite finish off that topic, so we'll just go back. I think I want to go to analytics. This is on the Axion Today dashboard. It's in the description if you want to go to it. We've got Axion wallets here. It's got active users. I'm not sure what that means, but it's probably people that have been active in the last week or month, something like that. So I'm not exactly sure, but ask for the definition, so hopefully I'll get that. But in the last week we've had 96. We want to, in my opinion, it's just my opinion, but we want to get that to build it up at least. It doesn't have to be straight away, but we want to get that up to about 2,000 per week. And definitely anything obviously shorter than that, like 1,500 or 1,200 or something like that's good too. But I think that if we can get to if we look at the monthly, we had 774. If we can get to 8,000 per month, that can be really cool. That'd be really neat to do that. So that's what I'm hoping. And we've got the marketing kicking in, we've got the venture capital auctions kicking in, the word spreads like wildfire in all those different ways. And so I'm pretty optimistic about that. And obviously, as we double the amount of wallets, then the pressure on the price is going to be huge, because people have to stake long, 6 months out of the VCAs and 2 months out of the standard auctions, meaning that Uniswap, people have to go to Uniswap to get the Axion. So you can see if you keep doubling up the people. So if we can get another 24,000 users over 3 months, and then we're away a big time, big time. And then people are also going to benefit from the Bitcoin, right, that they're going to have, and eventually altcoins once they get up and running. So there's so much happening for 2021 in Axion. It's just crazy. And obviously it's a long-term project too, so things are staked, and these things just get dynamics. And also they're controlling layer 2. So layer 2 is where they can just change some of the features and the options and other stuff like that, staking, and make it optimize the tokenomics and value proposition over time. So that's fantastic to have that. And obviously people are invested for a long time, many in the team are invested for a long time. Whales are invested for a long time with max shares. So we saw the max shares is pretty high now, 62 billion is what we saw. And so these rewards here, these daily payouts are just rocketing. Look, day 112. Like, this is on this person's bot. This person's a whale, but they got 10.2 million the other day. So I've just got these 4 addresses in here that is from we've got a whale over here, and we've got a small little shrimp type person over here. This person's got 1 million. They've got the all staked. You can see it's staked for 15 years. They're 1 million. Then the next one has got like 30 million. And they're fully staked for 15 years, see? And that gives you the share percentage that they have. So that's pretty cool. I just accidentally focused on that one. Then we've got the next size up. We've got someone with 300 million shares. Look, they've got 294 plus 20 million liquid. They're staked for 10.71 years. and they've got 0.25%. Imagine having that 0.25% of the dividends they're going to get. So that's very exciting for them. And they've got 1 billion shares. Can you believe it? Average Axion shares owned is 18.8 million. That's a very interesting number that you can use to benchmark the amount of shares that you have. So pretty cool. And obviously it's 398 billion. So they've got 1 billion of 398, and they've got 300 million Axion staked. And they did that by staking it really long. So we can go down. We can actually see what their return was. Look at that, they made 2.6 million yesterday, and pretty on that major mega auction. And you can see that they've got lots of these stakes, and they're staked pretty much for 15 years. Look at these 47 million stuff. So that's a fairly big account, what they call it a shark. So that's a shark there, but we even got one bigger than that. We've got a pretty much a whale. Let's jump to this one. They're still titled shark, but they're really a whale if you think about it. They got 1.4 billion staked. Now I found these just randomly by accident about a week or so ago when I was actually going through shares and shares calculation. But we've got 4 different good examples of accounts that range from small to big, and you can see this person here. This person has 1.4 billion staked. They're not fully staked for 15.2 years. So it's going to be interesting to see their behavior. Obviously, with 1.4 billion, they've probably got a staking ladder in place, but they've got 0.97% of total shares, 3.89 billion shares of that total 398. So they're a big player, and you can see that they can get some huge dividends. Back when we had those. Remember the 5 mega auctions that we had? Look what they were getting. They got 6.5 million, and that one 11.4 million. This is way back now, near the beginning of the auctions, because we're obviously on day 113, and then they got 21 million and 19.4. I don't know what their balances were at the time, but obviously pretty huge. And then yesterday with the big auction that we had 1.2 billion in it, they got to 10.2 million out of that, so pretty epic for them. Now they've obviously got a lot of these staked, 100 million staked. You can see the low percentages mean that staked very long time, so 4%, 25. Well, not long time, but they have just started them. I should actually look at the period to make sure that that's correct. 36 is what we're asking. So these 50 million for 36 at 15 years, another 39 million. So you can see some pretty big sums there. So that's the amounts that they've got. So interesting stuff there. So that's 4 different accounts. So it's a good way of just having a look at if you did have any of these sort of levels. Once again, if we go to the small account, just with 1.4 million staked, 15 years, they get 0.00128% of the shares. So they've got 5 million shares versus the average, which is 8.8 million, and so forth. So they would just that's how much the percentage they'll get of the reward pool and dividends. So pretty cool. Now, if you haven't been onto the chat's been pretty active on Discord, and people have been giving out a lot of tips. It's a really great place to get the latest information off the cuff as well, and ask the moderators, who are all very professional and give some great detailed responses. You can also do support tickets as well. If you have any issues, you can do support tickets on the left, and you just log that. It's a great way of getting some attention. Quickly, let's go through the announcements just briefly before we get back to the price discussion. So the last update that we had was from Punky Belster, the marketing and strategy manager. Exciting times for Axion as we are less than a week away from the VCA and yet another first in crypto history. Between now and March the 12th, a lot is happening. The community has resoundingly voted for a reduction in the daily auctions. So that's a reduction, as we talked about earlier, from 300 million to 100 million. We have signed a multi-month deal with the International Business Times. So I highlighted that yesterday, big deal, as well as advertising deals with programmatic through Denver Digital. So that's going to be epic too. That's going to be pop up all over the place. It's going to be really great, interesting, and a lot of new people to Axion, and a lot of particularly targeted to people that would most likely get involved. Upcoming and front-facing banner on Dex Tools. So we're on Dex Tools here. I'll just take that off the big chart. So this is Dex Tools here. So we're looking at a big banner up here where this current one is. So pretty epic, and obviously Dex Tools is growing massive. Now, if you're not familiar with Dex Tools just announced a deal with CoinGecko, so they've got Dex Tools on CoinGecko on many of the peers. Excuse me, a lot of the Ethereum trading peers. So it's huge for Dex Tools, but they're also into BSC, so the Binance smart contracts and other stuff like that. They've got lots happening. So, and they're growing, their accounts are growing huge on Dex Tools and using this place. So very positive, very hot hot spot place to be and perfect timing for Axion to be involved. So don't underestimate that. Really cool. I've also personally launched a website and a YouTube channel under the banner Punkonomics. So if you haven't joined Brian's channels there, go check those out. This website will play an integral role in advertising SEO strategy of Axion, helping vault us further into the crypto space. Check out punkonomics.com. So go and check that out. He's also obviously on YouTube, and you can go and subscribe to him. Now for a behind the scenes look at my interview with Neil Howe as we introduce Axion to the finance world. Now this is really big, and so you can go check that out. That hopefully they communicate more about that because it's a pretty big deal. So that's pretty neat. All right, so that's pretty much it. Let's get back to the price and check it out. I'll just go to the comments, see if there's any comments in the stuff that I may have missed since then. 300 million Axion. Damn, I missed being a whale. Yeah. Just an anarchist, welcome. Good to see you. I FOMO'd in even more. Hey, a good time to FOMO, to be honest. Stephen Conlon, pronounced Conlon, Irish, English. Stephen Conlon. Axion might reach 0.0008 on the 12th. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. That seems quite fair. That would be a new high. So our current high at the moment is 0.0007. And so we're going to go, let's just go to CoinGecko. I don't know if I have Axion on the. Looks good to see Ethereum at $1,672. It's a nice thing. It might even go to 1,800 by the finish of the weekend. So Axion, it says here Axion's high price was 0.0007. I'm aware of an intraday high of 0.0072. That's so it says here we're 41% below the all-time high. So that means we've got a nice long way to go, which I think is pretty cool. So it was the high back here. It was the 20th of November. It says here, I guess that's where it's saying, but it's not quite showing 0.0007. But anyway, that was close to our high, which was 0.0072 from memory. But it says we're 41% below, so we've got a lot of room to move, folks. So this is just the beginning, and I think that's pretty cool. Just wanted to have a quick look at the gas prices, so we'll just check that out. We see that we had a really good low period of gases, like relatively low compared to what it has been, 61.60, and we've been a bit zigzag. We went back at 140, but we're back down into more reasonable places. As soon as it gets down to sort of 70, 80, it's a bit more reasonable. People can do some stuff with that, and it's good timing. I think hopefully we're going to have really good timing. Get maybe this when the thing starts, just helps that extra help to make a lot more transactions go through the system. So pretty neat. So here's back to the price. Let's have a quick look at where we're at to take some stock here. We have moved up the last 4 days, and we're up about 106%. That's not bad, folks. That's pretty good. So what's that, a 2x, and looking good. Most importantly, and I think this is the most important thing, we have a breakout signal, and it'd be nice to see this hold up over the next day, and I of course expect it to, but we're above that 0.0035 mark, and it'd be great to see that bounce off as I think it was Stephen said, off the 0.0036, and then that will become support now rather than resistance. So support of the price, and we should probably over time, if we get anywhere near, I'll just scale this down. But I've got the next target at 0.005, and so we just get some movement in here. Let's put a little nice little green arrow. So if we just take this up to here, well, we've got a couple of days. Actually, we've only got this many days, so let's go to there. If we get to 0.0045, 0.005, we're going to do that quite easily. We can do that in a day. So let's just calibrate that we get one. Let's just do a little basic math here. We're using averages, and so we'd say 0.8. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, say. That would give us 5 8s 40, so that would get us to 888. Let me just scale it down. So we're looking at potentially we could see this sort of move where we could see that sort of move. That's if we base it on today's candle. We could definitely see that sort of move. Obviously, if this moves up there, we're looking at sort of like that. We might reach 0.0005 over the weekend, over the rest of today. Entirely possible given what we've seen so far, and I think that's looking reasonable. What say you in the chat? Does that look reasonable? And then if we had put that here, and we'll change the color on that, and we'll put a nice red. So we can get to that. Oh, it's not red. Red's kind of negative. It kind of means like a bearish. Let's go green. Yeah, let's go green. So green, and we could get something like that. So watch the space on that. And if we do, let's increase that to there. So that's kind of what we're looking at, folks. My view. Can be very bullish indeed. That's be an exponential move, but that's common in crypto land. And with what Axion's got in store for the venture capital options, I see no problem in that whatsoever. So pretty neat. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the comments. The Food TV, Axion might reach 0.0008 on the 12th. Yep, absolutely, and that's what our chart now shows. Good one at Food TV. Just an anarchist. I really expect Axion to reach about the same as Hex. Hex right now it's at 0.0085. That's a hell of a payoff. Yeah, why not? My target's always been 0.0035, but the fact is that was on old tokenomics. Now it's on the new puckonomics or tokenomics. So I definitely think we've got a chance to get into the sensors now quite nicely. So Food TV, so when do you do the countdown? Hey, so Axion today has a 24-hour show that's going to be on. I'm not sure if anyone's aware of that, but it's going to be on the 12th and the 13th. So it's going to be pretty exciting, folks. It's 24-hour marathon, and hopefully I haven't let the ship go, but I'm pretty sure people knew about that. So it's pretty exciting. Just an anarchist. Every positive price action is reasonable to me. Yeah, that's right. Stephen Conlon. Yeah, once Axion reaches Hex, a lot of heads are going to return. Absolutely, and it's going to happen fast, Fast. I mean, we're talking 2 to 6 weeks, dramatic. And then they've got the altcoins run further down the line and other initiatives. So absolutely, I'm with you guys on that one. Happens fast, changes, turns around pretty fast. But it's not every project is able to do that. So, but Axion is definitely well positioned for it. And at the perfect time, if gas can be a bit lower, Ethereum and Bitcoin just keep it just trickling along. And I think Bitcoin's probably going to make a good attempt at moving to 70,000. So let's see if it does that. And if any case, we'll watch the space on that one. And it's definitely already reached my range that I had for the last bear market, which was 40 to 60,000. But I did say that it would reach a spike, maybe 70 to 80 spike. So we'll see whether that happens. It's obviously we've got more fundamental support behind it now. You know, you've got people like Elon Musk saying that they've put money into it. Was $1.5 billion into it? You've got what I just did a video on it. You've got other big investments to 4.5 billion. It's a lot, and it's just the beginning. So the comments were that it's just. I was actually going to do a video on this, but there's just the beginning for Bitcoin in terms of the big funds moving into it. So just watch the space on that one. So how are we going? We're going 48 minutes. So we'll probably go for another 12 minutes, and we'll wrap it up. But let us know any insights that anyone has from in the chat. What you might have in that, and a big shout out to Andreas again for that 100 SEK super chat. Really appreciate that. That's huge and much appreciated. I think everybody that's involved in the community will be very happy. This is just going to be massive in the days, and we've still got 6 days. It's just mind blowing. We've got, and then when the people start getting a wrap get Bitcoin, hey, let's. Can I do that now? Oh, maybe I can't. Maybe I'll do it later on today or something like that. Maybe in the auction wrap up when I do that tonight. I'll not tonight my time because I'm in the future. I'm in New Zealand, so we're at the beginning of the timeline just about. 24-hour clock. So some people in America probably still on Saturday. So not sure. Shout out if you're still on Saturday in the chat. How about that? How many? How many? Oh, that's funny. Yeah. So yeah, Axion's definitely making waves amongst the staking tokens or value tokens, I call them. Gary says he's still on Saturday. Nice one, Gary. Hope you're having a nice dinner. I guess it's evening time. What time is it here? The time here is 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday. So that's how far ahead I am. Gives you some idea. It's a sunny day outside. It was raining a bit earlier in the morning, but that's all cleared away to a nice sunny day. So pretty cool. Let's going to change this chart, and well, I'm just going to hide the things, and we're going to move it to a 15-minute chart. Actually, we might let me just refresh that chart. I'll have to hopefully resets the. So we're at 0.0041, looking good. Good little consolidations as we move up are very good. So these little red pullbacks here are quite good. And let's go to the full one there. So where we've got all these little buys coming in, nice, some decent little buys. You get these sellers, 43 million. You get those coming in now and then, but we also get big ones as well. So we go back to here. So looking good. I'm just going to take off the arrows, the things there. So that's the 30-minute chart. Just slowly stepping up. I like this sort of angle, this zig, 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 zig. It's okay to have these big spikes every so often. It can create quite a bit of economic energy, as it did. But it's nice to get these little staircasings up. Is really good. Justin Anakas says he's there on Saturday too. Gary onboarded 3 people this week. Wow, Gary, awesome stuff. Big shout out to Gary Tennant for 3 new people. That's fantastic. Happy people, by the way. Yeah, I mean, your timing couldn't be better, could it, Gary? They'll be very stoked indeed. So nice one. Stephen Collin, 8 p.m. Saturday in New York. Wow, so that's like the ultimate nightlife at 8 p.m. Saturday. I guess a lot of people in New York would be out at those nice little city bars and sports bars, restaurants. I'm not sure. I gather, New York's probably still in reasonable lockdown, is it, for stuff? I don't want to say the word because I don't want to get ads stuck on or warnings stuck on the video. So I don't know whether that's still the case or not. But beautiful city. I've been in New York once. I went to New York City Park. And I went on the horse and carts there. It was fantastic, just in a nice old traditional cart with a horse. Very nice, very fairy tale. And what else did I do there? It was quite hot. It was a summer day too. It was quite hot, so I think it must have been about June, July or something like that. I guess it's the opposite to here where we have a summer. We just finished our summer just a couple of days ago. But then also I went to the is it a New York Opera House, I think it is, where they have the opera and the ballet. Watched that, and the elite performing arts place. Can't remember what it's called. Juilliard School. Went there. It's pretty neat. Now, I didn't end up going to any bars or restaurants or places. I went to one. She went to one, but it was kind of not open at that stage, or at least it was only light drinks being served. But it was a huge place, and the cast of Friends had this. It was actually I went on a Sunday because the cast of Friends apparently had been there on a Saturday, and so yeah. So the cast of Friends had just been there on a Saturday, and I just missed it. Imagine having gone there and going there when they were there. That would have been really hyped because the place looked really epic. So it would have been really neat to hang out with the cast of Friends, which was very popular at the time. It was quite a few years back now. I can't remember when I went there, but it was a few years ago. Stephen, yeah, lockdown is in effect, but not enforced. Oh, cool. That's good. yeah, hopefully they're letting things go a lot more in a lot more states. Um, so yeah, pretty cool. And here we are. We get to enjoy the rise in Axion. The other thing was, I know that in the US they're getting the payment checks. So hopefully, if you're getting those, if you are eligible for those checks, it obviously probably varies by state and stuff like that. But you'll be able to get yourself some more Axion with your payments. I can't remember what they're called, but they're sort of like I don't want to say the name because I don't want to get, like I said, don't want to get the ads on the videos. But pretty neat, yeah. So that could be, especially perfect timing, really multiply the value of that. It can be quite life-changing. I remember they did that for Hex. They had someone had tracked it when they've had the first payments from last year or whatever, and they ended up going like from 2,000 was it to like people were up at $25,000 and stuff like that off their 2,000. Some awesome stuff. Uh, and so someone used to track that. I think it was on Twitter. Said if you had invested this, you would have been blah blah blah. Now, just on that payment alone, so pretty neat. So we were already in March, so pretty exciting, and it's the 6th of March here, or 7th of March here now, so pretty neat. So here's the price is taking a little breather off that big push over the 0.0004 mark. We can see that here. So it's nice to get that little pullback. I guess it's a little tiny baby bull flag. Uh, so that's quite good. And we've seen this nice big green volume candle down here. Got a couple of them here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Typically they're where the big moves in price are too. So and then we had these giant ones here. This is where pretty sure that's where the swing trader came in. So we were going to watch that one. I've got to find the account again. I had it saved, but I accidentally deleted it. So yeah. So do we have anyone from Asia in the chat? Anyone from like Hong Kong, Japan, anyone like that? North Korea, South Korea? Not sure how many people on online North Korea, but South Korea. I was actually watching some videos of some guys that had escaped the army in North Korea. It was quite interesting. They now run a YouTube channel, can you believe it? There's two of them, and they got huge followers. They're like 175,000 followers, and they just do reacting to the West videos, like South Korea, what's it like? And obviously things are so different. Um, so it's quite amusing to watch. Don't know if you've seen that, but it's a bit of a distraction. All right, so let's have a quick look at the gas price. Let's check that out and see what's going on there. I probably will do another live stream later today on Bitcoin. Let's see what time it is. Yeah, probably will. Maybe in another 2 hours on crypto and Bitcoin. So we're at 80 Gwei there. Not too bad. It's a better place to be. And no announcements coming out here. Sometimes it's good to time the announcements when they just come out. So pretty cool. I will also later on the day when I do the auction close, I'm going to go through the testnet again and just some of the elements there. So I've got a bit more Ethereum that I put in there. It's all pretend Ethereum, and then I entered again. So I got to withdraw out of that. So hopefully I'll show that on the live stream. If people have missed the testnet for the new VCA or venture capital auctions, they can watch that in the closing auction video that I'll do tonight, which is in a few hours. What's it, 6 hours from now? Pretty cool indeed. Let's have a look. Yeah, we're not far away for 400 billion shares. Can you believe it? Almost there, 400 billion. Pretty cool. Let's not forget the big paydays. They're all in the mix, so just don't forget those. And we're almost at 63 billion max shares, and our target is 80 billion. Some people are talking about 100 billion, but 80 billion is the next one. So watch out the face on that. And the auction's going pretty nice. Oh, there we are. We've crossed over the 100,000 US dollars. We need to do 124 to sell out. So not too bad. What's that? Another 10, 20 ETH, is it? Something like that, 15 ETH. So pretty cool. Now, if you want to enter the auctions, you can obviously get a 10% bonus using the link below in the video description. So it's 10% bonus on the auction rate, which is already better than Uniswap at the moment, 4.4 million per ETH. So you get another 440,000 on top of that. All right, well, it's been 1 hour, so we're going to wrap it up. I'll just read a few of the messages and before we leave. Stephen says, Kalon says, chart looks fantastic. Certainly does. Justin Anakas, is it really going to help when the ETH get a handle on the gas pricing? Should help to bring in even more people. Absolutely. So ETH 2.0, it's got the fork, I think June, July. They've got sharding coming up, which will start to help improve the transactions per second. It's currently limited to like maybe about 12 per second or something. I think there's a theoretical max or something around about 25 transactions per second, which is all blockchain 1.0 stuff, right? So obviously blockchain 3.0s have massive throughput, like 5,000 per second. So that's hopefully ETH 2.0 moving to sharding will eventually move it to at least 100,000 per second, but that's going to happen in stages, so wait for time for that. But in any case, we have had a bit of a reprieve in the gas, pulling back a bit, so pretty nice. Patricia's on. Hey, Patricia from Axion today is in the chat, just at the right time, just when we're finishing, Patricia. She likes to come in and say farewell to us all. It's great to have you, Patricia. Such an exciting time. We have been waiting for this. Indeed, indeed. We're in takeoff phase, and that is awesome. So I hope you guys have a great day. If you haven't seen Axion Today's show, this is the Axion Today dashboard as well, so you can get it to the link below. If you haven't got on the Axion Today show channel, go on YouTube and get Axion Today, and you can subscribe to them as well. Obviously, they do big announcements and have some really exciting guests on there. And they are doing a great show for the launch of the VCA coming up next week on the 12th, so it's going to be pretty epic. Been listening away from the keyboard. Nice one. All right. So we've got dedicated fans out there. Thanks, Patricia. Anyway, all the best. We're going to wrap up now. We'll be doing some more live streams later today on some different topics. Obviously, we're doing auction close, but I probably will do a Bitcoin crypto one later today, probably in about 2 hours or so, as I had those lined up anyway. All right. Hope you enjoyed that one. Thanks for watching, everybody. And enjoy the price. It's going to be fun to watch it over the next few days and months and years, to be honest. So it's going to be cool. Right, catch ya.